A warm welcome to all our viewers. I'm your host Pratiksha Mishra and you're watching another episode of South Asia Focus. Let's begin the show. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's two-day visit to the United Kingdom concluded successfully. During the visit, he was warmly received by the Indian community in London, reflecting strong diaspora support. PM Modi held productive discussions with UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, focusing on key issues, including the progress of the India-UK Free Trade Agreement. The visit strengthened bilateral ties and showcased mutual commitment to deepening economic and strategic cooperation, making it a significant step forward in India-UK relations.
India is steadily cementing its position as a global economic powerhouse, forging strategic partnerships that fuel growth, innovation, and shared prosperity. In a major leap forward, India and the United Kingdom officially signed the Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's high-level visit to London. With its broad scope, CETA is expected to elevate the India-UK Comprehensive Strategic Partnership to new heights by enhancing cooperation in areas such as services, advanced manufacturing, clean energy, and digital commerce.
भारतीय टेक्सटाइल, फुटवियर, जेम्स एंड ज्वेलरी, सी फूड और इंजीनियरिंग गुड्स को यूके में बेहतर मार्केट एक्सेस मिलेगा। भारत के एग्रीकल्चर प्रोड्यूस और प्रोसेस्ड फूड इंडस्ट्री के लिए यूके की मार्केट में नए अवसर बनेंगे। भारत के युवाओं, किसानों, मछुआरों और एमएसएमई सेक्टर के लिए यह समझौता विशेष रूप से लाभकारी सिद्ध होगा।
And we both know this is the biggest and most economically significant trade deal that the UK has made since leaving the EU. And I think I can say that it's one of the most comprehensive deals that India has ever done.
A key component of the deal is the commitment to finalize a double contribution convention aimed at streamlining tax and regulatory frameworks for professionals and businesses operating across borders. This provision is likely to reduce compliance burdens, lower operational costs, and boost competitiveness, especially for startups and service-oriented firms. Prime Minister Modi also emphasized strengthening collaboration between India's GIFT City, its first international financial services centre, and London's globally established financial hub. Both sides agreed to explore deeper institutional linkages to enhance financial cooperation and innovation.
We have ensured that the benefits of this agreement will go to such sectors which are of very high value add or very high technologically based in the United Kingdom, which is good for the Indian people. The United Kingdom has opened more than 99% of the traded value of exports from India in this FTA, so that all our textiles, our footwear and leather products, our pharmaceuticals, our toys, our furniture, processed foods, all of them will now have access to the UK market.
The India-UK Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement comes at a time when New Delhi is actively diversifying its trade partnerships through comprehensive free trade agreements. The pact marks India's 16th such agreement, joining an expanding network of FTAs with countries and regions like the European Free Trade Association, Japan, South Korea, and Australia. Industry experts are now praising the India-UK deal for its potential to significantly boost exports and set new standards.
We are expecting that Indian exporter will definitely leverage the deal to increase India's export to the UK exponentially. The good thing is that UK has talked that they will not be imposing the safeguard agreement, and that gives us the opportunity to increase exports substantially, and mindful of any threat from the UK side. And probably we should use this agreement so that it becomes a template for India's further agreement with the EU also.
Since 2014, India has finalized 5 major trade agreements with Mauritius, the UAE, Australia, EFTA, and now the UK, demonstrating its strategic pivot towards strengthening international trade ties. Negotiations are currently underway with several key partners including the United States, Oman, Peru, and Israel. These FTAs are designed to open new markets, reduce tariff and non-tariff barriers, and promote technology transfer and investment flows. Together, these agreements reflect India's commitment to a forward-looking, high-quality trade policy that aligns with its economic growth and global ambitions.
Pakistan's economic crisis is pushing millions to the brink. With inflation at record highs, unemployment rising, and now another sharp petrol price hike, citizens say survival is becoming impossible. Many ask why fuel prices rise at home despite falling globally. As food and utility costs soar, the government faces growing criticism for failing to provide relief. Take a look.
In Pakistan, economic hardship has become a daily reality for millions. The working class and lower income groups are being crushed under skyrocketing inflation, growing joblessness, and a lack of economic opportunity. But the most recent hike in petrol prices has triggered a wave of fresh anger across the country. Despite a decline in international oil prices, the government has once again raised domestic fuel rates, a move many see as indifferent, if not outright cruel. Citizens accuse the administration of prioritizing fiscal adjustments and IMF demands over the lives of ordinary people.
मुझे एक चीज़ समझ में नहीं आती है, आलमी मंडी में पेट्रोल की कीमत नीचे आई जा रही है और हमारे यहाँ जब आलमी मंडी में पैसे नीचे आते हैं तो हमारे पैसे बढ़ जाते हैं। अब आप अंदाज़ा लगा लें, एक महीने के अंदर 2 दफ़ा पेट्रोल की कीमत बढ़ चुकी है। अवाम, गरीब अवाम कहाँ जाएं? के इलेक्ट्रिक वाले पैसे बढ़ा रहे हैं, गैस के पैसे बढ़ रहे हैं, पेट्रोल के पैसे बढ़ रहे हैं। हुकूमत गरीब अवाम और इस तरफ देख नहीं रही, जबकि मेरी नज़र के अंदर पेट्रोल के पैसे नीचे आने चाहिए। दुनिया में हर जगह जब पेट्रोल के पैसे आलमी मंडी में नीचे आते हैं तो वहाँ पे उन कंट्रीज में पेट्रोल की कीमत नीचे कर दी जाती है। एक वाहिद हमारा मुल्क है कि पेट्रोल के पैसे बढ़ा दिए जाते हैं। हुकूमत को चाहिए कि वो चाहती क्या है भाई।
Basic necessities, food, electricity, gas are now luxuries for many families. Unemployment has reached alarming levels, with many educated youth unable to find work. Yet, the political leadership appears more focused on survival in power than offering relief to the people. The burden of economic mismanagement is being shouldered entirely by the common citizen. As inflation spirals out of control, Pakistan's political elite has failed to introduce meaningful reforms, control utility prices, or offer subsidies to the vulnerable. Imran, echoing the voice of many, expresses his helplessness.
गरीब अवाम के साथ क्या चाहती है? खुदकुशी कर ले, मर जाए, क्या करे? एक किसी चीज़ की फैसिलिटीज़ हमारे मुल्क में नहीं दी जाती है, बल्कि पैसे बढ़ाए चले जाते हैं। गरीब अवाम को मारने पे तुली हुई है हुकूमत। मैं हुकूमत से कहता हूँ ज़रा नज़रसानी करे, गरीब अवाम को किसी चीज़ की रिलीफ दें ताकि गरीब अवाम सुकून से सो सके।
Many in Pakistan believe that unless urgent, transparent and people-centric policies are introduced, the crisis may lead to widespread social unrest. But the administration continues to make cosmetic announcements with no real change on the ground. There is no visible action to curb corruption, improve tax collection from the elite, or reduce extravagant government expenses. Instead, the brunt is passed on to those who can least afford it. Citizens are demanding accountability, not press conferences, not promises, but policies that actually deliver relief. If the political leadership continues to ignore these cries, the fallout may go beyond economic hardship. it may threaten the very stability of the country.
Time now for Asia This Week, the stories from across the continent.
Heavy monsoon rains swept across Pakistan's Punjab province, causing widespread destruction and claiming dozens of lives, according to provincial officials. Within a single 24-hour period, these storms left hundreds injured and significantly worsened the country's ongoing monsoon crisis, which had been unfolding since late June. It marked one of the deadliest days of the rainy season, with torrential downpours triggering flash floods and causing numerous buildings to collapse. At least 20 people were killed and more than 170 injured after a Bangladeshi Air Force training jet crashed into a school campus in Dhaka, the capital of Bangladesh. The incident occurred at Milestone School and College in Uttara Sabab, where video footage showed a massive fire and thick smoke billowing from a two-story building that had been struck by the aircraft. According to a statement posted by the armed forces on Facebook, the F-7 jet suffered a mechanical failure shortly after taking off for a training exercise. The pilot was among those who lost their lives, the Air Force confirmed. Japan's Nikkei share average climbed on July 22nd as investors returning from an extended holiday weekend reacted positively to the outcome of the upper house election, which aligned with market expectations. The Nikkei rose just 1% at one point shortly after opening, before falling back slightly to a 0.6% gain. Japan's ruling coalition lost control of the upper house in an election on July 20th, further weakening Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba's grip on power even as he vowed to remain party leader.
Moving on. The situation in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir continues to worsen with increasing frustration among residents over decades of neglect, exploitation and systematic misrule. A growing number of voices from the region are now demanding peaceful systemic reforms to bring justice, accountability and tangible development to the region.
The discontent brewing in Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir is reaching a tipping point. For over 70 years, the region has been marred by poor governance, lack of infrastructure, limited access to quality healthcare, and virtually no educational or economic opportunities. Political activists in the region are strongly criticizing the prevailing conditions, holding successive governments in Pakistan and local leadership responsible for the stagnant state of affairs. They are accusing elected representatives of working only for their own vested interests, ignoring the real needs of the people.
ये जितना भी हमारे यहाँ जो तरक्याती कामों का मयार है या लोगों को इंसाफ नहीं मिल रहा, मेरिट की बालादस्ती नहीं है, उसकी वजह ये है कि जो लोग हमारे इलेक्ट होते हैं, जो इक़्तिदार और इख्तियार के मुनासिब पर फायज होते हैं, उनको फिर अपने वोटरों की और अपने करीब तरीन लोगों ही पर तवज्जो वो देते हैं, क्योंकि वो इलेक्शन में उनके काम आते हैं और आवाम की अक्सरियत जो है वो मारूमी का शिकार होती है.
The residents of POJK emphasize that real change must come from within but through peaceful means. They are calling for systemic reforms to overhaul the electoral and governance systems that have failed the people for decades.
ज़रूरत इस बात की है कि एक पुरअमन तहरीक के ज़रिए से पहले तो इस मुल्क के निज़ाम में तब्दीली लाई जाए, फिर जो है वो इलेक्शन में इस्लाहात की जाएं और उन इस्लाहात के नतीजे में जो है वो एक दुरुस्त तरीके से इलेक्शन करवाया जाए.
The demand for justice and development is growing louder across POJK. Ordinary citizens, civil society groups, and political activists are increasingly voicing their anger and disappointment at a system that has, for too long, kept them on the margins. Despite its abundant natural resources and strategic location, POJK remains underdeveloped and disconnected from meaningful progress. Many blame a deliberate policy of neglect by Pakistani authorities, who have often used the region as a pawn for political leverage rather than addressing the genuine concerns of its people. As decades of misgovernance and frustration boil over, the voices calling for change are no longer whispers, they are becoming a unified demand for a better future in POJK.
Imagine a farm where technology and nature work hand in hand, where crops grow without soil, nourished by precision-controlled water and nutrients, all inside climate-smart greenhouses. Here, water use is slashed to a tenth of traditional farms and residue-free crops flourish year-round. This is not the future, it's happening now in Telangana. Welcome to Simply Fresh, one of India's leading precision farm where innovation meets sustainability to transform how we grow our food.
In Siddipet, Telangana, a quiet revolution is reshaping Indian agriculture. Spread across 140 acres, Simply Fresh is a high-tech precision farm where innovation meets sustainability. At its heart is a state-of-the-art plant factory, where crops are grown hydroponically, without soil, in AI-controlled greenhouses that fine-tune temperature, light, humidity and nutrients. Coconut fiber replaces soil, supporting strong root growth with minimal water use. The star attraction, vibrant rows of residue-free lettuce, thriving year-round with just a fraction of the water used in traditional farming. Blending global technology with green practices, Simply Fresh is redefining how India grows its food, cleaner, smarter and more sustainable.
This is leafy greenhouse, 6 acres of area. Here majorly we are growing 7 types of lettuces, cast type, Batavia type. This is Batavia type lettuce. Here we are using coconut meat as a growing media. We generally focus on climate control, nutrition management and integrated pest management practices to ensure good crop health and optimal yields.
Simply Fresh has built a 6-acre man-made rainwater harvesting pond, holding up to 100 million litres. This eco-engineering feat powers its sustainable farming, cutting water use by 90% compared to traditional methods. Inside the greenhouses, precision irrigation systems ensure every drop counts, delivering efficiency from rain to root to table.
Here we have 2 types of irrigation system, that is boom irrigation and ebb and flow irrigation. Generally in the boom irrigation we will maintain 1.2 EC and 5.8 pH and we will keep the seedlings nearly 13 days. After that we will shift the seedlings into the ebb and flow irrigation system. Here we will maintain 1.4 EC and 5.8 pH. We have 3 types of screens, roof, UV and insect net. These screens helps to block the sunlight and maintain the radiation properly inside the greenhouse. Here we have aspirators also to capture the relative humidity and temperature.
A vibrant variety of premium produce, from crisp capsicums to fiery chilies and other specialty crops, thrives under precision-driven hydroponic methods that are transforming the future of farming. Yet, the true force behind this green revolution isn't just the technology or the fields, it's the people. From carefully selecting the perfect seeds to designing smart export strategies, every step is shaped by innovation, guided by data, and fueled by a shared commitment to sustainable farm-to-fork excellence.
The crops that we wanted to grow also, it is not generally grown in all over India. It is very specifically grown in very protected cultivation. And that's where we thought of growing, lettuces or some of the exotic vegetables, and also some of the more generally available crops like capsicum or tomatoes. Although the initial, there was a lot of turbulence, I should say, but now it is streamlined, and we have, continuously building more greenhouses. Like this year, we added 12 acres of greenhouses, and similarly going forward, we have similar plans.
Across India, a quiet but powerful transformation is taking root. One where sustainability meets science and tradition blends with technology. Precision agriculture, hydroponics, and climate-smart greenhouses are no longer distant ideas, but real-world innovations shaping how we grow what we eat. From rainwater harvesting to AI-driven irrigation, farmers are embracing solutions that conserve resources, enhance yields, and reduce environmental impact. The shift is clear. India's agriculture is evolving, cleaner, smarter, and more resilient, ready to feed the future without costing the earth.
From smart greenhouses to cleaner harvest, Simply Fresh is redefining what it means to farm. And with that, we come to the end of this week's episode. See you next week. Till then, goodbye and take care.